Mr. Albar, it's great to be with you now once again.
Thank you.
Mr. Albar, would you introduce yourself and your background to the Egyptian and Middle East African customers?
Yes, sure. So my name is Alpar Kovac, working for Nivelco for like more than 16 years now. When I first joined Nivelco as an export sales person and engineer. Originally, I'm an electrical engineer, and there was some initial 2 years when I was working in the development department of Nivelco, and then I was moved or asked to join and enforce the export sales team for Nivelco. For different territories, of course, one of the countries I am dealing with is Egypt, but of course lots of African countries, Middle East countries, Australia as a whole, New Zealand, some European countries, so it's a lot of work to do for Nivelco.
That's great, Mr. Mr. Albar, about Nivelco, would you please tell the customers about Nivelco company history and now why we are here this year?
Yes, currently we are celebrating the 40 years of existence of Nivelco as a company. It is a privately owned company by a Hungarian family. In this multinational company, now we have subsidiaries in 7 other countries, starting from India, from the United States, and the rest are in Europe. From the beginning, Nivelco was always designing and manufacturing industrial level measurement instruments, level switches, level transmitters, and the range was extended year by year with analytical instruments, pressure sensors, temperature sensors, controllers, and a whole lot of other equipment needed for industrial level measurement.
About eijk's, the first time I met you was by the end of 2015, and officially we've been dealing with Nivelco before, but was not in an officially way. Since 2016, eijk's become the exclusive distributor for Nivelco in the territory we represent and Egypt as well. And since then, we take it seriously with Nivelco. So can you tell the development of our relationship since that time?
Sure. So back to the beginning that Mr. Ihab mentioned, eijk's as company approached Nivelco that time to start a more an exclusive based partnership or a more tied up partnership with Nivelco. We very welcome this decision of you because the situation in Egypt was quite difficult at time. It was not so easy to deal with many companies. We were serving several Egyptian companies, but anyway, we would like to have, and it's in many other countries too, so in Egypt, to have only one distributor dealing with the local market. And since then, thanks to eijk's and Mr. Ihab and the staff, the sales is growing year by year, and it is kind of what we expected or even more. So thank you for that. We have very good sales in all these past couple of years.
Mr. Albar, eijk's, as you mentioned, has reached success with Nivelco. So Nivelco was giving positive feedback by granting eijk's some awards. Can you tell our customer about this type of awards?
Yes, first time we met in a similar meeting that today's meeting. It's an international sales meeting for Nivelco in 2019 was when we invited eijk's based on the top selling distributors. So eijk's at that time entered in the top 10 distributors for Nivelco, and we were very happy to have you here then. And it was, of course, awarded. Every company is awarded during a sales meeting with some award, and it was the getting into the top 10 distributors at that time. Now we are meeting again a couple of times later in 2022, the same event, same international sales meeting, and this time, thanks to your contribution and work on all these years, you could make a trend of a very good increasing sales, and that's why we awarded you this time with the most dynamic sales made by a company among these 10 companies invited.
Now, as we've just recovered from a big disaster of the Corona pandemic, so how was eijk's and Nivelco dealing with this crisis time, and what's the feedback about eijk's from Nivelco?
The feedback is anyway a positive one, both for Nivelco and I guess for eijk's too. But you should know better. But regarding sales figures that eijk's done for Nivelco, it was not very, fallback or something to. Maybe we should start it over. I don't know. Start it over. Yes, I guess you could recover, or you could face these problems during the pandemic and all these last couple of years, because it was not very visible in sales that you made to Nivelco. At the same time, Nivelco as a group survived quite well all these years. Well, even this year we had to increase our prices somehow, as everybody else, because there are other situations too. But since the coronavirus and now there is a war crisis, a war situation, we're still fighting and still trying to survive and making the best we can together with our distributors.
Okay, Mr. Albar, thank you very much for your speech, and we are looking forward for continuous cooperation and successful relationship in business in many countries.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and for being here, and hope in the next 2 years, because the sales meeting is be organized every 2 years, but we will really like to you to join us in 2 years' time.
We'll be very happy to share in all the meetings. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.